So that's a bit of a problem. So I will start that now. So I've missed 3/4 of the net. What a silly person I am. Oh dear. Yes, that I'll just take a break. That I assume was the dongle with the down converter, because they usually with the dongle ones they go from 22 megs, something like that, up to 1.7, 1.6, which is the one that I'm using. So you've got the 100 kilohertz up, so there's, I assume, a down converter that's built into that. That would be fun as well. Had a lot of fun with that, just looking and decoding aircraft AIS signals and ship beacons and all sorts of stuff. Extremely interesting, lots to see and lots to do, and lots of software to play with as well in relation to those dongles. Very interesting stuff. Keep you occupied for hours, John. Round to Glenn, VK2FNUT, VK2HZ portable.
Yeah.
Knowledge Phil, good evening. Round to you, Glenn.
Yeah, I'm not going to give up on that antenna analyzer. I'm sure that I've seen enough reviews and YouTube videos of people that have built them and they work for them fine, so I have no doubt that it's just something that I've done. I know that it's going to take a little bit of time to try and figure out what's going on. Yeah, I'm hoping it's just something silly that I've missed or that I haven't gone over or whatever, because I was really keen to get it going, to start playing around with different antennas. But we'll see what happens. Same with the FT501. I've spoken to the owner and he has been adamant that he understood that the radio had a few years under the belt, and it wasn't a big deal. But I guess I want to try and get it going again. I thought it's a lovely thing, and obviously I'm going to learn a lot by trying to figure out what was going on and what went wrong. In the meantime, I'm just trying to. There's a couple of interesting ads on VK Classifieds that I've sent a few emails about, so it'll be interesting if one of those comes to pass. I'm actually coming to the BMARC meeting on Friday night, and I had a look on the website of Hannock, and that sounds quite interesting too. They're about the same distance from where I live, near Bankstown. So I'm just enjoying. I'm a bit of a techno guy, so I'm just enjoying playing around. VK2FNUT in the group.
Yeah, okay, Glenn. Well, that's good. I'm sure if you take it to a club that somebody's going to give you a hand as to try and find out exactly what the issue is with that kit. But it's, like I said, it's probably something pretty simple. Sometimes we can't see the wood for the trees. Building kits. I know I've done that in the past and put a component in the wrong place, or the wrong value resistor or something in. It's very easy to do. So definitely persevere with that one. I'm sure you'll find the issue with that. And somebody was asking, yeah, that's right. It was Mel saying, offering that a particular club, sure, somebody would give you a hand. Who are we up to? Mel, VK2HSV, round to you, Mel, VK2HZ portable.
Yeah, VK2HZ portable, VK2HSV, and no worries, Phil. And I forgot to mention my QTH is at the moment is Quakers Hill, and I'm using a Ocean KGUV8D with a little magnetic process of sorting it all out. I've got a mini beam, tri-beam beam to put up, and I've got a couple of diamond verticals, but I just got to get the chairs to get them up in the air. And I've also got a couple of G5 RVs, which I'll string in between the big gum tree, and I'll just DQ protect. Yeah. And I've got like I said, I've got a couple of G5 RVs, and I've got a massive big gum tree in the front yard, and I've got a 3-section telescopic mast, which I'm going to put in the backyard, and string one of the G5 RVs from that to the tree over the house. And so yeah, I'm getting back into it. I used to be a WIA assessor. I actually have an advanced license, which I'll let lapse. Silly me, and I'll DQ again. Yeah, and I'm in the process of trying to get that back. Just for your records, it was Victor Kilo 2, Sierra Tango Golf. And I actually did, I think, one educational session with the Blue Mountains up there. And I've done a few down here with Peter, who used to be VK2ZPT, who's now VK2FH. And yeah, but I've been out of the thing for a while because I didn't have any antennas or anything, because I got divorced and moved house and all that sort of stuff, but I'm slowly getting back into it. But yeah, with that, I'll pass it back to you, Phil. VK2HZ Portable, VK2HSV.
VK2HSV, VK2HZ Portable. Okay, Mel, all very interesting. I've got the UV6 version 2, which I've had for a couple of years. Still seems to be going. It seems to work well. Don't use it on transmit that much, to be honest with you. So I'm not sure what the audio is like on that, because I know a few people complain about the audio quality from those Chinese radios, but use it a lot on receive. Got all the repeaters plugged into it, programmed in the memories, and nice little radio. Bit difficult to remember how to program it though over time. Came back to it this week. I'm going away for a few days over the weekend, and I just got it out and charged it up and make sure all the memories are programmed and so on and so forth, and couldn't remember how to how to program it, and even how to change between VFO and memory functionality. So yeah, I had to spend a few minutes reading the manual, which is diabolical, but there is there are luckily some translations out there. And okay, on the X call signs, that's a shame that you let them go. And being a WIA assessor as well, we have to get back into that. Okay, round to Phil. Good evening, Phil. What have you been up to? Still nice and wet up there, I assume. VK2VR, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable.
Yeah, thanks, Hillary. G'day. How you going? Boy, oh, that's a little bit high. SWR, interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, not much. Just thought I'd come up and say g'day. I'm sorry I'm here a little bit late, but I had a few things to do this evening before I came up to play radios. Did work Norway and Colombia the other night on 20 metres, and there seems to be a little bit of activity on HF too, just at this point in time. So interesting. After this session, I might go off and play a little bit of HF. G'day Mel, how you going? It's Phil. What was I? VK2 FPR when we used to speak. Speaking of other call signs. Great to hear you back on air, Mal. It's been a long time, buddy, and really nice to see you've come up on this net just to say good day. Boy, I'm gonna have to go and change antennas, but in the meantime, that's about it. Thought I'd come up, say good day, and I did buy a 6 270 antenna today, and it's a vertical, Comet vertical, with a triplexer. So thankfully I'll have a vertical on 6 metres, which might be a little bit interesting. Go with a beam on 6 when the tower goes up. But back around to you, Hill. VK2HZ portable, VK2VR.
Yeah, okay, Phil. Everyone's seems to be talking towers and stuff like that over the weeks, and a lot of people seem to have towers laying on the ground at the moment, either waiting for a hole to be dug, or waiting for the hole to be filled with concrete. There seem to be a lot of them out there, but not a lot of movement. Maybe when the summer comes round, eventually, then we'll hear about some nice towers in the air and some big antennas on top of them. Okay, on the Comet vertical and the triplexer, I've got a Comet duplexer, CF4160, which I bought some time ago. Works very well. I use that on the satellite setup to just give me a bit of isolation between the 2 meter and 70 cents antennas and the feeds for that, and that seems to help a little. It certainly does make a difference. If I take that out of line, then I do get some breakthrough on the bands between 2 and 70. But with the duplexer in it, it certainly helps to. I only use one half of it, just the 70 cents half, but it isolates it enough for any breakthrough that might happen from the 2 meter antenna and rig. So that's what I use my duplexer for. Triplexer, duplexer, diplexer, that's the one. They call them different in the US to what we call them here. It's very confusing. Down to the end of the list again. Thanks for coming through, Phil. Appreciate it. Any further check-ins to the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2 meter net, VK2HZ portable. No, don't forget the Blue Mountains meeting, Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club meeting on Friday, this Friday. Meeting starts at 8 p.m. sharp, and doors open around 7:30. Anyone is welcome to come along. The more the merrier, and if you haven't been before, you're not a member of the club, just go up there, tell them that I invited you, and they'll turn you away at the door. Back round to Wayne, VK2FWAY, VK2HZ portable.
VK2HZ portable, VK2FWAY. Yeah, good day, Phil. Yeah, well, just don't expect to see Hill up at the meeting. That's the problem, everybody. He's the man of mystery. Yes, I shall be at the meeting, by the way. I have the next few days off. That's why the inclement weather is coming in. So anybody near, get a boat ready. I have a few days off. It's going to pour. Hence why the tower is sitting out in the carport, waiting to go up. Waiting for the miracle of the weather. But yeah, so that's all well and good. Yeah, programming radios. I give up trying to program radios. That's why I like this whole thing. You don't have to program much, and anything you do, it's very simple to do. All these modern radios, I've got 2 handhelds, and they're both different. One of the Chinese VK2000 here that I haven't even attempted to program. Too many programs. What happened to the good old days of push the power button on, swiddle, twirl the VFO, turn the volume up and away you go. Hence why I'm considering going retrograde. But yeah, I've actually been playing with a couple of programs. I'll just unkey for a second. Besides playing with the satellite programs, I've actually been playing with an antenna program for NEC2, which is quite interesting. Keeps the mind stimulated, and the other one was Spectrum Lab. So quite interesting programs. There's quite a lot of stuff out there, depending on your interests, I guess. Whereas my interests sort of lie in the antenna field. I have no real interest in electronics, but have an extreme interest in antennas. That's something I've actually been doing, Hill. Just besides listening and having the odd chat on the radio. As you know, I do a lot of listening, but I do every now and then come in. Mind you, I think I was on the radio last night until about 20 past 12 and was up again at 4 a.m. to go to work. So luckily I've got a couple of days off to recuperate. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2 FWAY.
A2ALR.
There's the new control for the Central Coast Amateur Radio Club. Hi Bob, trust you well. Okay, 2AOR. Yeah, okay, Wayne. Yeah, I hate programming the little radio. I usually do it with software. It's a lot easier to do that, and it can get quite involved. Push this one, push that one, wait for that to happen, push the other one. Yeah. There's a picture there on my SSTV stuff of my laughable antennas, which are only about what are they? Maybe 5 meters in the air, 4 meters in the air, below the level of the house. Although they don't look it there, they are actually below the level of the roof. Pointing up 20 degrees. They're elevation. It looks more there, but it's an optical illusion. And on one end is the 6 element 70 SEMS, the other end is the 5 element 2 meters, the one in the center is the longer one, is 18 element 70 SEMS. Yes, it's pretty basic. And the 2 meter antenna you can see just above the 70 SEMS one on the top of the TV mast on top of the house. Let's see if Stephen's back from doing all of his paperwork that he's always doing. VK2 BOS, VK2 HZ Portable. No, he's still extremely busy, obviously. Round to you, John. VK2 FUZZ, VK2 HZ Portable.
VK2HZ Portable, VK2 FUZZ. Yeah, I'm just actually watching you on Ustream. It's quite interesting. So that's the antennas you're currently using now. Is that correct, Phil?
Yeah, Roger. That's what I'm using at the moment. I'm using the FT847 at the moment. I don't usually use this one, but I'm listening on this one to 20 meters and slow scan TV. So the software you can see in the background there is MMSSTV. I've been doing a little bit of that this week, which has been a lot of fun and very easy to do as well. And the 847 is running through that 2 meter antenna, which is horizontal in that picture, but it's actually vertical at the moment. VK2 FUZZ, VK2 HZ portable.
VK2H portable, VK2 FUZZ. That's very good. As I said before, I've been meaning to get up there for quite some time to the meeting, so I'm looking forward to it on Friday. I'll definitely get up there. The last time I was in the shack up there was when they were just moving in. So I would assume that I think they were installing a ramp or going to install a ramp at one stage. I'm pretty sure that they were doing that. It should be quite interesting to see what everyone's done with it. I forget the chap that did the course, but he was just giving us a quick tour, and it was going to be quite interesting to see how it went. Did they resolve the issue with the antennas? I heard that they had a problem with mounting the antennas or something with council. Back to you, VK2HZ portable, VK2 FUZZ.
I'm not going to comment on that one. I have no idea, actually, John. I got back into ham radio after a 20 odd years, 22 years, while the kids were growing up, and I got back into radio about 2 years ago now, just over 2 years ago, and the club were where they are at the moment, so I assume they'd only just about moved, maybe a few months before that. So that would have been in the beginning, probably the beginning of 2013, I'm not sure, maybe the end of 2012. Yeah, my history with the club doesn't go back that far, John, so I can't really answer that question, but the antennas are up, that's all I can say, and the ramp is up. That's all happened. So yeah, come up and say hello. You'll be more than welcome, John. Round to Glenn, VK2 FNUT, VK2 HZ portable.
Yeah, I've actually got the same idea. I at some point want to put a small tower up and get a beam up to play with HF a little bit. I'm looking forward to popping up on Friday night and joining in. I started to some years ago, and I'd started to do the study with Terry at I'm sorry, I've forgotten the gentleman's name now. He's a lovely guy in a wheelchair, smart as a whip. I think his name was Andrew from memory, I might be wrong. But unfortunately work and other things got in the way. So I never actually finished off my standard license study. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a lot more with this hobby. I think it's a fabulous thing being able to talk to people in other countries and play around with antennas and bits and pieces. So yeah, VK2 FNUT in the group.
Yeah, okay, Glenn. Yeah, there's so many different aspects to it. It's like Wayne was saying, you've just been playing with Spectrum Lab this week. I have also, and that was in relation to Whisper, weak signal propagation, whatever the R stands for. I can't remember. Yeah, so that's another thing I've been doing this week as well, is playing with Whisper on 10 meters, believe it or not. I don't have a 10 meter antenna up at this point in time, but loaded up my 20 meter dipole. That was fairly successful with just a watt on 10 meters, and Alpha VK2 YAC just with 100 milliwatts and a ground plane antenna sitting on his fence, I do believe. His furthest signal that was heard on Whisper was in Japan. So yes, amazing what you can do with extreme low power. And like you say, John, there's a lot of aspects to radio. Yes, I'm not going up to the club this week. I'm just going to break. It's my wife's birthday. Going away for a couple of days up north for the weekend, and then the weekend after we've got family celebrations for all of that. So unfortunately my next 2 weekends are taken up, but I'm not complaining, so I've got some cool things to do. So yeah, go up to the club, tell them I invited you, and unfortunately I won't be there. Round to who have we got next? Glenn? No. Yes, Glenn. No, that was Glenn. Sorry. Yes, I think you've got the names right as well, Glenn. Andrew. That would be right. Round to Mal, VK2HSV in the group, VK2HZ portable.
Link just dropped out as well.
Ah, now that was my mistake. Well, not my mistake that it dropped out, but hopefully, well, that was a big mistake on my part, because Bob was probably coming in via the link. VK, just if you could just bear with me a second. VK2AOR, VK2HZ portable.
VK2HZ portable, VK2AOR coming in direct.
Ah, I wondered why you were noisy. Oh, okay, we'll get to you in a second, Bob. That's interesting. We haven't heard you direct on 2 meters, so I wonder what you've done. Background to Mel. VK2HSV, VK2HZ portable. VK2HSV, you still there, Mel? VK2HZ portable. Nope, round to Phil, VK2VR, VK2HZ portable.
Okay, Charlie, sorry about that. That's a long walk around from behind the transceiver. My shack is a room in the corner of the shed. It's got a roof, it's got walls, it's well lit, which is pretty handy if you're a lighting designer. And anyway, I was at the back of it fiddling with antennas, changing things out. I've actually changed out the X510 for the X200, and the X200 is spot on. It's working great. SWR is very low here, which is what I wanted to get that done anyway. Anyway, yeah, long story short, it's a shame Mal wasn't there. I must have scared him away. I've known Mal for years and years. Probably way back in the when 146-800 was pretty big. When was that? That would have been 13 years ago, I suppose, 14 years ago. But good to hear you, Mal, if you're still listening. Yeah, other than playing HF, yeah, I wanted to get a 6 metre vertical because although they're, when 6 metres in, you really probably need a bit of grunt to have fun on 6 metres. I thought, that's the only sort of vertical antenna solution I don't have coming out of the shack. I've got the CP6 at the house, which does 6 metres, but not down here in the shed, or not out here in the shed. So I thought that was good. I couldn't believe how much the triplexer was. My goodness, $124 or something for the triplexer. I suppose it's doing a pretty good job. But I should have that antenna up on the weekend. In fact, I'll probably pull down the X working properly on 2 meters because it might be an American version or something. So anyway, a little bit of a play. It works beautifully on 70 though. I've also reworked and rejigged the 70 centimeter beam. That's going to be perfect to go on top of the tower when it's up, but it's currently on a rotator now. I wish we had a chance to go on a 70 like we were, I think, last week or the week before, Hill, just to see how the beam works to your place, because even off the side of the beam, or off the end of the beam, or anywhere off the beam, the 70 centimeter repeater from my place. It'd be really interesting to see how a beam would go to yours. Yeah, we did discuss the Ubiquity device, which should be here about the middle or end of next week. So we'll have a bit of a up on air and see if that makes any difference. But another little bit of a yeah, okay. So antenna problems here, but playing a lot of antennas and having a lot of fun. VK2 HZ portable, VK2 VR, VK2 FBI.
Yeah, okay, Phil. Good evening, Bill. Acknowledge VK2 FBI. I can't actually hear you on the input on 2 meters, which is unusual. I didn't catch what antenna you're using at the moment, but yeah, if you want to we'll try something on 70 sems, that's fine with me. After the net, I've got no problems doing that. Let's put it round to that triplexer. That's a good price, Phil. I paid the same for my diplexer or duplexer or whatever it is. It's a CF4160, and I paid that same price for this one, which is just a it's HF up to I can't remember now. It says stretching across it, and the writing is too small for me, to 175, and then the other one's 70 sems, I think. Yeah, I can't see it. 380 megs up to 500 or something like that. That cost me $120, so that's probably a year and a half ago, I would think. Round to Bob. Bob, how are you getting a signal in? What have you changed? VK2 AOR, VK2 HZ portable.
VK2 HZ portable, VK2 AOR. I've changed to radio to one with a bit more grunt, and used the antenna, the satellite antennas again, and kept the same heading. And played around with it a bit, been listening for a while, and kept the same rotation as last time on centimeters, and couldn't get in. I could hear you, and then the signal died, and I flicked the switch over to the other side, over to the left-hand polarisation, and it came up from nothing to S5 here in this radio. So I'm glad to be able to say I can get into the repeater from here. So I think it's 109 kilometres and about a 300 metre hill in the road. VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2 AOR.
VK2 AOR, VK2 HZ portable. Yeah, okay, Bob. Well, you have to write down all the different combinations of radios, powers, antennas, left-hand circular, right-hand circular polarization, vertical, horizontal, and because you'll never remember how to get back into the repeater next time. But you're a pretty good signal. You're not fully quietening, but a little bit of scratchiness on the signal, but Q5, Bob, which is the main thing. Really good to hear you, and heard you last night. I think Wayne said that he heard you as well, conducting the well, Wayne may have called in. I think he said conducting the Central Coast 2 meter net. Is that correct? You're doing that one now, Bob? VK2 AOR, VK2 HZ portable.
Everyone was sitting around moaning how no one was using the repeaters. They've got a fabulous array of repeaters here and their own tower and a fairly expensive shack with it. And they've got D-Star and they've got the other one, the A2 one as well. So lots of stuff going on there, ATV, all that sort of stuff. And they're just all saying, well, it doesn't work, and we tried it before and it doesn't work. And I thought, well, I think it's worth a go. So I started up last night, and total of 6 of us. So that's a good start. And there's quite a few people up on the coast. And from my place I can actually get into the Mount Sugarloaf repeaters, which goes, well, I think some of the guys around here have worked up into just a bit short of Taree. So I think there's a hill there called Middle Brother. I just forget where it is, but yeah, that was the essence of it. And trying to keep amateur radio alive, VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2 AOR.
VK2 AOR, VK2 HZ portable. Oh, good on you, Bob. It's a bit of a commitment to, well, you know that anyway. You did the same for the Blue Mountains Club, so yeah, oh, excellent, well done. That is really good to hear, Bob. But like I said, it's a bit of a commitment, isn't it? I was just thinking about it earlier on, actually, and thinking, well, it's been a year, hasn't it, since you left our shores. So yeah, been doing the 2 meter net, and Brian has been doing it for a lot longer for the HF net. So you've left an excellent legacy, Bob. VK2 AOR, VK2 HZ portable.
VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2 AOR. Yeah, that's 10 months actually. So the 19th of December we moved in. So it'll be 12 months then, but I left it in good hands, so that's the main thing. But as always, you need a backup hill, and so I'm starting off from square one and got to develop all that again. But I think it's a worthwhile project, and to get new people in and start them talking about radio, and even old guys like us that dropped out for 20 years and then came back. So, well, you're not as old as me, but anyway.
Definitely not.
Just about to hang up the toolbox hill and spend a bit more time on amateur radio. VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2 Alpha Oscar Romeo.
Yeah, I had a chuckle. If you were watching me online, you would say I'm not quite as old as you are, or almost. I'm catching you up, I think, Bob. But yeah, I had a good laugh. Dear. Yeah, no, that's a good turnout. You had 6 or 7 last evening. That's really good for a first time. And I'm not sure how many members they've got, but it's a lot more than we have, I think. So yeah, no, that's really good. Keep up the good work, Bob, and really nice to to hear you on the 2 meter net direct. It's really good. Thanks for playing with the antennas and making it work. Bill, good evening to you. Trust you well. VK2 FBI, VK2 HZ Portable.
VK2 HZ Portable, VK2 FBI. Good evening all. I can't comment on too much because I haven't been reading the mail. I actually just remembered to turn the radio on a short while ago after doing a project on the computer. And I thought Fargo's on at 9:30, which is only 16 minutes ago, 16 minutes away. So I'll be gone the minute that comes on because I'm fascinated with that show. But I heard a few of the regulars on there. Good evening, Wayne. Good evening, Phil, and Bob, and who else was there? I've forgotten now. I should write these things down. But yeah, just thought I'd check in and say hello and give you another call sign to put down on the list there, Hill. I wonder if there's anything exciting been happening. VK2 HZ Portable, VK2 FBI.
It's always exciting, Bill. Just far too much for me to go back on here. You'll have to go and watch the video. Well, in actual fact, I didn't start the video till about 8:30, unfortunately. So I've missed a fair amount of it, which is very silly of me. That's the first time I've done that. What have we got? Wayne, LMR 400. He's done his solderless connection. A radial fell off. He's been playing with 4 NEC2. Wayne, Stephen, VK2 BOS, he's an expert at that program, so you might want to track him down. He's probably still listening in the background. John, VK2 FUZZ from Kurrajong. This stupid cat in the background, he's playing in the bag, making a noise. I don't know if you can see him there in the background. Not quite. Yeah, I've got all my notes here. If you want me to send them over to you, Bill, it's no problem. Anyway, I hope you're feeling better, and everything is going okay for you, Bill. I'll just pass it back to you very quickly, VK, because you've got to go off and watch the TV. VK2 FBI, VK2 HZ Portable.
Yeah, VK2 HZ, VK2 FBI in the group. Yeah, thanks for your concern there. I'm fine, thanks, Hill. The only place I seem to be hurting at the moment is in the wallet. These specialists which I'm going to see there are just incredible. One of them I went to at $320 for a consultation, which you get back a mind-boggling $128 through Medicare. The rest of it comes out of my pocket, which is a bit rude. Anyway, I've cost my private health insurance company quite a bit of money in the last month or so, so I'll just keep my mouth shut. I've got some pretty good value out of it, but yeah, specialists these days are. I've got one more to see, and I don't know how much he is. They've got to ring me back in the morning to see if they can squeeze me in. But it's a good way to stay poor, actually, is to get ill. I think these days, if you really have those problems, it's probably cheaper to go out and buy a gun, actually. All right. Well, now I'm looking forward to Fargo. It's actually, unfortunately, it's on SBS, and I've got a record card in one of my computers here which records TV, and you can use it like a VCR and record it straight to hard disk. But if for some reason it doesn't pick up SBS, every other TV set down here does, but the only record machine I have doesn't pick up SBS. I don't know why, because they all come off an MATV system, and all the outputs on the thing are all the same signal strength. So I must surmise it's a peculiarity of the WinFast PCI card. But I suppose if I wasn't so lazy, I cable across from the side, patch it across onto this computer and give it the AV input and record it off there. But that sounds like at least 10 minutes of work to do that, so I'll put that on the back burner for the time being. Alright, well I'll disappear on this round and go back to what I wasn't doing before and have fun there. Good to hear your voice up, Phil. We must catch up sometime. VK2 AC Portable, VK2 FBI.
VK2 FBI, VK2 HZ Portable. Well, it's good to hear you, Bill, and you're sounding good and jovial and all of that. Apart from the specialists' bills, so it's good to hear you moaning again, Bill. That's excellent. That probably means that you're well on the way to recovery, which is which is always excellent. And yes, I think everyone can feel the pain with the bills that come from those anywhere between 5 and 15-minute consultations, which seem to cost an awful lot of money. Yeah, what can we say? Not a lot. Anyway, we're down the end. We'll just see. It's 9:20. It's quite late this evening, but we'll carry on. If anyone is still wanting to stay around, then I'm quite welcome to do that. So we'll just see if there's any further call-ins to the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2-meter net, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. No, nobody's silly enough, and I don't blame you. This Friday, the club has a meeting, the monthly meeting at Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club. BMARC.org is the website for the club. Meeting starts at 8 sharp, and the doors are open from 7:30. Anyone's welcome. Please come along. You don't have to be a member. You can be a guest and tell them you're a guest of me, although I'm not there on Friday, unfortunately. Yeah, BMARC.org. The club does foundation courses every 2 months and upgrade classes, which I think are going to end very, very soon. I think in November. Still nobody's confirmed that one for me. Okay, back to the top of the list, VK2 FWAY. Oh, the stuff I've been looking at on the video, on the live video, has been Slow Scan TV and some of my pictures and QSOs, and there was a couple in there with the ISS. I'll just break for a second. And now I'm looking at Whisper. Specifically on 10 meters, although I can't see anything there at the moment, but we'll see what comes up there in the background. Round to Wayne, VK2 FWAY, VK2 HZ Portable.
VK2 HZ Portable, VK2 FWAY, and good evening to Bob, VK2 AOR. I'll start off. I'll apologise, Bob. For last night, I hadn't said that I was going. I was using my FT 7900, and it has a fault where I think it has a relay fault or something in it, because every now and then it just won't key up and allow me to transmit. So here I was madly pushing the button trying to get it to transmit, and you'd think it'd play the game. It didn't. And I didn't really have time to pull everything apart and connect another radio up. So by the time I'd done that, it closed the net. But so I'll start off by offering that apology. But it was good to catch up last night as well. And if I'm around, I'll try and drop in on your net as well, and just add another name to your list as well, Bob. What else was I going to say? Bill, more else to say this evening. And, apart from, I've heard you called a few names tonight, Hill. You've been Phil, and I think you've been Bill. So, so you're a man of many nomenclatures. So I'll put it back to you. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. VK2 FWAY.
Yeah, that's all right, Wayne. I'm used to it. Hillary? What? What did you say your name was? You're kidding, aren't you? Yeah. Name is Hill. Hotel Italy Lima. For anyone that's got it incorrect this evening. There you go. You can blame my mother for that one. Mind you, it was a good talking point when I was younger with the girls. Of no use these days though, it's very confusing. You can see on there that I'm just on Whisper at the moment on 10 meters, and Elf VK2YAC has come up on Whisper. He's running 100 milliwatts and he's down at minus 18 dB there. 28126107 VK2YAC. Running 100 milliwatts, not bad for a little piece of wire that I'm running as an antenna on 10 meters. So Elf's doing a really good job. Round to I think Steve. Should we give Stephen a chance again? You still there, Stephen? VK2, because you're the expert on 4NEC2. VK2 BOS, VK2 HZ portable. No, he's still working really hard, I'm sure, in the background. My phone's just gone off. Okay, round to John. VK2 FUZZ, VK2 HZ portable.
VK2 HZ portable, VK2 FUZZ. Phil, I haven't got much more to say. I'm actually going to shoot off myself. So look, I'd say 73 to all the guys out there. Everyone's coming through beautifully. VK2 AOR screaming through here at the moment, but before. Alright, so I'll say 73 gents, and I'll catch up with you Friday evening. VK2 Foxtrot Uniform Zulu, handing it back over to VK2 HZ portable.
VK2 FUZZ, VK2 HZ portable. Yeah, okay, John. Look, really good to hear you. Thanks for coming up. Very much appreciated. And yeah, make your way to the club on Friday. That would be really good. And keep up with all the work on the nets on 40 meters, and your 208H and your vertical. Which is incidentally an excellent signal into the repeater now, so I'm not quite sure what you've done. What did you do, John? Over.
Was that me?
See, you're not listening, are you, Phil? You rushed around the room again because it went dead, and you thought, oh my goodness, they're calling me. No, John, what did you do to your signal? Because it's a lot better into the repeater now. VK2 FUZZ, VK2 HZ portable. Hey, he went really quickly. We weren't calling you, Phil. We'll get to you in a second. VK2 FNUT, Glenn, VK2 HZ portable.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm the same, guys. I've got to get ready for work tomorrow. So I thank you for this evening, and I hope you have a good week. And hopefully I'll meet up with a number of you on Friday night. VK2 FNUT in the group.
Yeah, okay, Glenn, not a problem. Thanks for joining us this evening. I hope you get your analyzer fixed. Bring it along with you. Sure, there'll be somebody to have a look at it and give you some advice. Talk to you again. I'm sure we will, probably during the week, Glenn. Round to Mel, VK2HSV, VK2HZ portable. Mel's gone as well. Now it's your turn, Phil. You can run around the desk or around the room or whatever it is you have to do now, and I'll just chatter for a little bit more so that you can make your way around. VK2 VR, VK2 HZ portable.
Haha. Sorry. There was a bit of dead air. I thought, oh golly, that was me. I was just outside looking at the rotator. I'm quite familiar with the controls. It's the G450A Yaesu, and familiar with the controls. But I was outside, just stuck my head out there just to have a look at it to make sure that it was definitely rotating in the right direction, which I kind of knew it would. But anyway, it's pointing generally in your direction. I'm going to have to get the antenna flipped over on the back of it. But that's all I have to do to give you a shout on 70 centimeters direct. This antenna is the X200. It's probably 15 to 18 years old, and it's flat as a tack on 2 meters. The X510, which is the one that's on the mast at the back, is really poor on 2 meters. So I'm guessing that it's an American version or it's something. I've got it reasonably cheaply, but it was off one of the local Australian dealers, and but unfortunately, it's kind of always been a bit funky on 2 meters out, and see. And the 200 into 2 meters, because I really only talk through this repeater on 2 meters, and it's dead flat here. Also, I was fiddling around also with a long wire antenna, just unkeen. I was fiddling with the HF antenna. I've got a 4-way a Daiwa switch box here, and I thought I've got one long wire fed antenna through an SGC tuner, and everyone was talking about the SDR, and I thought, hang on, I've got an SDR somewhere here. And I pulled it out. I've got one of the Fifi SDRs, one of the German Amateur Radio Club SDRs, and it's really good. It can decode digital HF, and it'll do a whole bunch of really funky things. It doesn't have a very wide allocation of frequencies that it can scan through, but the scene that's looking at me, I'm looking at the moment is WWV, and listening to that go off on the computer. So it's nice to get that out, and now it works perfectly in here because it's got a great antenna sitting on it. So might have a bit more of a play with the Fifi SDR and have a bit of a listen around on those DRM broadcasts for in particular the New Zealand is massive, a massive signal. So lots of fun. Boy, I'm having fun playing radio. VK2HZ portable, VK2VR.
Yeah, I think we all do, Phil. There's just something about it, isn't there? And so many different aspects, and so many things to get into, and we don't all like the same thing. We all like different aspects of the hobby, but there are so many. I love it. I tend to jump from one to the other. You can see if you're watching on the live stream this evening from SSTV over to Whisper, and there's Alpha again decoded. it was minus 18 dB the first time, minus 19 this time. Yeah, interesting. It's got a bit of a tail on the first decode, which is itself is interesting. And sometimes you can see aircraft enhancement on the signal, on the whisper signal, which is extremely interesting. And I do have quite a few aircraft that come over here, so it is quite regular that I see that between on signals on whisper and also on JT65 on 6 meters. 6 meters. I'm just going to brake slightly or quickly. And you were talking about 6 meters and having a good antenna, Phil. I've just got a dipole, just a horizontal dipole on 6 meters, and I've worked 4 countries so far with just the dipole. And 5 countries on 6 meters, which is, you know, a reasonable feat on a horizontal dipole. And also meteor scatter on 6 meters, which is really cool and very easy to do with just my horizontal dipole on 6 meters. So you don't need a lot of power. Just depends how much fun and how often you want to have fun, because it's yeah, you've got to be listening at the right times. That's the obvious thing, and I use VK Logger to make that happen for me. Okay, yeah, we'll have a contact on 70 Sims after this. We'll see how we go. Round to Bob, VK2 AOR, VK2 HZ Portable.
VK2 HZ Portable, VK2 AOR. Yeah, okay, Hill, I'm just going to drop my power back. Whoops.
Bit too far, Bob.
Looks like it needs the whole lot of it.
Yes, it does, Bob. You're scratchy, but yeah, it does. You need the whatever you're running. You need the full amount.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to comment on the Phil, Hill and Bill saga. They all end in IL, or in Bill's case, double L. So they all sound familiar, don't they? Similar. So it would be quite easy to misinterpret whether it was Phil, Bill or Hill. But I'm acutely aware of those sort of things with having a hearing problem. But nice to hear everyone, John and Wayne and Glenn and Mel. A couple of them I haven't met before, and Phil. Didn't hear Stephen, but I'll catch up with you one day. And Bill, of course, and yourself. And Hill remind. No, not Hill. Phil. He's got me going. Phil, getting around at the desk. We all need, I think, the ideal Radio Shack would have a round desk in the middle, and all your radios set up and like a donut with a hole in it, so you can walk into the middle of it and just turn around and be able to view a TV, computer screen, or work on a radio. Maybe you could have it like a lazy Susan with layers, so you can turn the computers around to suit the radio. But I threatened to do that when I moved in here, but it hasn't happened. The room's too small. But I threatened to do it in the garage. But it always intrigues me that just breaking there, I set the 3-minute timer on this thing because it's something we should do to stop timeouts. But
we all clamber over things to get the connections on radios. I know lately we've had a lot of thunderstorms up here, and just about every day I disconnect the antennas or overnight, and then connect them again in the morning if things are all okay. But we're always clambering around, changing things. It'd be so much easier with all to be able to walk around the back of all that and just do what you need to do, standing upright. Well, thanks for allowing me to join you on the net tonight, Hill. It's been great to be able to get in. And another antenna going up on Friday, so that might make a bit more difference again. So we're hoping for that to happen. Anyway, thanks for running the net. You've done a great job again, and I've got to get into that Ustream thing. That's a great thing, Hill, and I'll view tonight's one a bit later. So I'll say 73s, and I haven't heard my bip yet, so must be still under the time limit. VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2 Alpha Oscar Romeo.
VK2 AOR, VK2H portable. Yeah, okay, Bob. Looks really good to hear you, and to have you on the net. And yes, I would love to do that. But if you've obviously seen some of the videos of my, well, I can't call it a shack. It's a spare bedroom at the moment with lots of junk in it, including the radios and the computers. So. Yeah, I'd love to have a little bit bigger room with the ability to do exactly that, and be able to swing the chair around to another desk to do some construction work or some computer work or whatever, rather than having everything in the same plane in front of me. So yeah, maybe one day, you never know. Great to have you along, Bob, and yeah, depending on how you get on with the Central Coast nets, you might want to consider some video. Pretty easy to do. There's nothing magic about it at all, and it does create a little bit more interest, which is always good. And now I've lost my oh dear. I'll go back to me so you can see me full screen. Okay, round to let's see if Bill's there. I bet he's gone to watch his TV program. VK2 FBI, VK2 HZ portable. He has. Last time round, guys. Let's go back up to Wayne. VK2 FWAY, VK2 HZ portable.
VK2 HZ portable, VK2 FWAY. I've actually just changed radios. But yeah, that's a good idea of Bob's, the round desk, and just surround yourself with radios. But mind you, with all the things that you have going at the one time, Hill, you'd end up going round and round in circles and get that giddy, you'd fall off the chair or something. So yeah. And I know what everybody means about the antenna disconnects. I disconnect my antenna and disconnect radios, but I've found previously when I've done this that I have a habit. I'll come back in and I think, oh, I've got to get on and something's about to happen. I need to get up and I'll just test the antennas and key and think, oh no, there's nothing plugged in. So now when I disconnect the antenna, I have a little packet of these very small post-it notes that I stick on the power button of the radio, reminding me it says plug in antenna, so that I don't forget. The last thing I would want to do would be to fire the radio and possibly cause damage to it. Not that I'm going to cause a lot of damage with an initial
VK2FWAY, VK2HZ Portable. Yeah, okay, Wayne. As always, thank you for coming up and adding to the conversation, and all the yeah, you're into a few things as well. So I think most people are. They've got so many projects happening, or things that we're investigating. You know, whether it's software based radio, digital, or hardware based stuff. Yeah, to so many aspects, and it's why I like it. Really, it's so diverse. I can always find something new to play with, and usually I travel between aspects of the hobby. You know, do that for a couple of weeks, go to the next thing, and then come back to that in a couple of more weeks' time. And yeah, it's certainly an interesting hobby, that's for sure. Okay, thanks again, Wayne. Really appreciate your presence here. Round to Phil. I know Phil's still there. VK2. So we just got Phil and Bob, and then we're done. VK2 VR, VK2 headset portable.
Yeah, okay, Hill. Hope you've got the sorry, your phone. I just sent you a picture of the current. Well, dare I say, mess on the shack. It's not really a mess, but it's a little bit in disarray. I've got funny things all over the place. Great to hear you direct, Bob. And sorry I didn't say anything, Wayne, but g'day, mate. I don't know whether you said you were coming to the meeting on Friday. I'll be there. So it'll be a bit of a laugh, but unfortunately you won't be there, Hill. Actually, it looks like Brian AAF might be coming, which would be pretty cool to see him there at the meeting as well. Don't know what the subject is or what's going on, but could be anything. Okay, well, I found out a lot of things tonight. This antenna is great for 2 meters. Fantastic. 70 centimetre antenna is connected for when we've finished with the net, just so I can give you a bit of a shout. And the fact that I can hear myself transmitting from this position. If I unkey and quickly race to the computer, I'll have a listen to the end of my over. Glad to see you making it in here, Bob. Good stuff. Around here, Hillary, thanks for running the net. VK2HZ Portable, VK2VR.
VK2VR, VK2HZ portable. I want that microphone on the stand. I need one of those. Oh, you got two. You're a bit of a show off. I like that. It's too clean, Phil. Good heavens, it's too clean. I don't know if I can hold this up to the camera. A bit difficult. I might drag it off the phone and use it next week. There's an example of too clean a shack, and you need to messy it up a bit. As always, thanks for coming up. Really appreciate it. And we'll attempt a QSO on 77s in a moment. VK2AOR, VK2HZ Portable.
VK2HZ Portable, VK2AOR. Yeah, thanks, Phil. And Wayne, sorry I missed you, and I had to leave fairly quickly. My mum's been in hospital, and she actually went home today, but a lot of messages flowing backwards and forwards, and I'd had 2 phone calls that I didn't answer, and then another SMS and another phone call hot on the heels of it. So I had to drop it pretty quickly at about 10 past 9 last night. So that was quite good for a first round, and you certainly had a great signal into this repeater, into the repeater here, Wayne, not into this one. But you have a good one into this, good signal into this one as well. Oh dear. I'm just amazed that, you fiddle around and get things to work, and there you go, you can do it. I thought it would have worked first up when I put the satellite antennas up, but
did it. I didn't have enough grunt to get the job done. But anyway, it's happening now, so we'll catch up with you again on another night, Hill, and I'll have a look at your video later on. Thanks for running the net, and good to hear you, Phil as well. So Phil, Hill and Bill, I'll say 73s, VK and Wayne, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2 AOR.
VK2 AOR, VK2 H Portable. Yeah, okay, Bob. Phil, Hill and Bill, okay. Yeah, so very confusing. We need a few ILs named people to make it totally confusing. Thanks to everyone for coming up this evening. To Wayne, Stephen, John, Glenn, Mel, Phil, Bob, and Bill. Nice gathering. Lasted close to net at 9:53, and go back to my own course on VK2IUW. Don't forget the Blue Mountains website, bmarc.org. Meeting this Friday, starts at 8 on the dot, and doors are open at 7:30. So good evening to all, good week, have a good one, and we'll catch you all again maybe next week, or maybe on 80 meters on Tuesday evenings, 3543 kilohertz. VK2IUW. Good evening, Phil. Do you want to go to the repeater first?
Yeah, that'd be great. If we do that, then I can hear you on reverse. I'll sort of beat to your frequency, and then we might just find if it works, and I'm quite sure it will, but if it works, we'll change to another frequency. Okay, 2IEW, 2VR.
Yeah, okay. I'm actually on vertical at the moment. I think. Am I on vertical? On 70 sims? Yes, I am, but I can go horizontal. So we'll just see how it goes. Okay, Bob, you might want to follow us up as well. You can get into the 70 sims repeater. And Wayne, quite welcome. Well, anyone's quite welcome. It's all public. I just got to stop this recording.